I'm just going to read the news. Ben Carson turned some heads over some of his comments at Tuesday night's debate on American foreign policy, particularly with respect to Syria. Here's what he said in the debate, followed by comments he made in Virginia.
Putting the special ops people in there is better than not having them there, because that's why they call special ops. They're actually able to guide some of the other things that we're doing there. And what we have to recognize is that Putin is trying to really spread his influence throughout the Middle East. This is going to be his base, and we have to oppose him there in an effective way. We also must recognize that it's a very complex place. You know, the Chinese are there as well as the Russians, and you have all kinds of factions there.
Some questions have been raised about your suggestion last night that China is involved in Syria. Can you clarify that?
Well, China has been trying to extend its influence not only throughout the Middle East, but throughout Africa and in several locations. And their interest extends into that region as well. You know, I would have to refer you to some other people to get you the actual data, but they've shown it to me.
Do we work with the Shiite militias who are backed by Iran already on the ground fighting against ISIS? What do you think about that?
I don't think we have to make a deal with the devil in order to get this done.
So even though they're already fighting against ISIS, we can work independently, in your view,
absolutely,
get the job done?
I just don't like the idea of getting in bed with the devil.
Mark Halperin, Charlie Cook, Jackie Kucinich, each of you just boom, boom, boom. Is it concerning at all that the front runner believes the Chinese are in Syria? Yes or no?
Yes.
Just yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Charlie Cook.
Lack of grasp of facts is highly concerning.
Charlie Cook, is it concerning?
I think, listening to Dr. Carson, this is not a substance. This is not a content-rich conversation. I mean, there's not a lot there. He's a very kind, decent man with a good bedside manner. But if pressed, there's a lot less that he does know than that he doesn't in terms of public policy. This is just another example of that.
Jackie Kucinich.
You know, Ben Carson is a genius when it comes to the medical field. That doesn't necessarily extend to foreign policy, as we saw, you know, in that answer. And this isn't uncommon for candidates who don't have any foreign policy experience. We've seen this in the past with lots of candidates. We've seen it with Donald Trump, frankly, when he's talking about surrounding the oil fields with troops after he bombs them. There is a disconnect here. Commander-in-chief is an essential part of this job. And if you can't show that you can command the armed forces, you have a serious problem becoming president.
Yes. Willie.
I repeat what I said last hour, which is that it is frightening that a person who wants to be commander-in-chief is taking discredited data from a report a month ago that maybe China was there in Syria fighting, extending its influence, which turns out not to be true based on any foreign policy expert you ask. The other thing I would say about him is you could say, well, he's an outsider. He's been a candidate now for 6 months, and he's got serious people working on his campaign who surely could help him understand some of the issues and the things happening around the world. If 6 months in you're still making mistakes like that, that should be a concern.